Here we go. All right, hi guys. Blake and Darren here today with Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina. A beautiful day on Lake Taneycomo in Branson, Missouri. We have boated up to the dam. It's probably a little after 11. And they have shut the floodgates off, as you can see. Getting lots of great reports already this morning about the white bite. Tony Lilley has already caught a 24-inch brown and a 21-inch rainbow out of their boat this morning. He's using the white jigs, 1/8 ounce. I already know him. And I haven't talked to too many other people. Dwayne said the shad bite was good for him this morning, and they switched to scuds and eggs and did real well above and below Fall Creek. I'm starting off with a 16th ounce white jig. They're running 3 units of water, and Darren's gonna throw a streamer. And we're gonna see if we can catch some fish today. It's gonna be a nice spring day today, about mid-60s. Sun is shining. There are still shad coming through the dam. They are coming through the turbines right now. I just passed a couple of them as we were pulling the boat up to the cable. Oop, that might have been the motor. Nothing officially on the first cast, man. I was really hoping today was going to be the day for that. Guess not. Yesterday, I got to take my cousin out fishing. We got out around 3 and we started up here at the dam drifting scuds. And we fished for almost an entire hour and could not find a fish on a scud. And we came back up here and we started back on white jigs, and the white bite was on. We caught them really well along this south bank all the way from here down to Trophy Run. And his last fish of the day wound up being a beautiful 24-inch, 7-pound rainbow. Oh, there we go. There was one on the second cast. Oh my gosh, look at him spitting up all the shad and stuff. Oh, he spit up another one. Oh, another one. Gosh, they are just gorging themselves. That's a beautiful fish. Come here. You may not have to strip that very much, by the way.
I know, that's what I was just thinking.
Come on, buddy, don't break my line. Don't break my line. Don't break it.
You let it go all the way to the bottom?
I was just letting it. I was just kind of twitching it. I wasn't doing much. Gosh, they're so heavy. Okay. Look at the size of the gut on that fish. Look at the shad in the water. Yesterday, working the jig, we went with Phil's method and used 3/32 ounce instead of 1/8 ounce. It kind of allows that jig to really slow drift. A lot of these shad are just floating through the water column, so kind of imitate that with the jig. And oh, you're fine. You're good. But I have to imagine that with the gates being off, and well, shad's still coming through, so I don't know how long we'll see shad now. If they're coming through the gate or through the generators like that, but I imagine they're going to be looking for shad for the next couple of weeks to come, even when they do finally run out. I think that with the water moving this slow, you could probably drift one underneath an indicator and do fairly well. And one of the fun things about this is you can even kind of watch your white jig under the water, and when it all of a sudden disappears, you almost know you've got a fish on. But that is the reason I'm using a 16th ounce today. Kind of doing the same idea as yesterday, going a little lighter than I would normally. You get a nice, slow, dead drift. I think some places to utilize will still be in the eddy pockets, like behind this island in front of us. Those fish sat in those places and watched shad roll into the dead water and probably picked them off nice and easy there. So sitting behind some of the eddies right now and throwing a white jig or a shad imitation would probably be good. I also threw a 110 Junior French pearl yesterday. And caught plenty of fish on it. And with that jerkbait method, I was literally just throwing it out there, twitching it a little bit and kind of letting it drift with the current, just like I'm doing with the jig. And the fish were coming by and picking that up as well, so. Lots of boats up here today. Ooh, that was a touch.
Aiming points to the side.
It is, yes they are. Are you left-handed? No, you're right-handed.
Right-handed, yeah. So if I cast you out.
I know whenever me and Ryan Williams fish together, he's left-handed and I'm right-handed, and when we fish off the same side of the boat, our aiming point is almost exactly the same every time. We do a lot of crossing over each other.
Getting down there.
I'm really trying to do my best not to work the thing very much.
And not work it?
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I caught so many fish, I was even casting downstream and not letting it sink.
Yeah.
And just kind of hovering it.
Yeah.
Oh, Darren had a swing. He had one swing at it.
That was a good one. I don't know how I did that.
Strip, set. It's hard to remember.
I felt like I stripped pretty hard to get
Yeah, you're fine though.
I need to turn my body so it keeps that way.
So when I'm doing this, if the jig's close enough, I'm actually watching my white jig in the water and just waiting for a dark spot to disappear. Well, other than that, you can either feel the bite through the rod or just watch your line. So if you're just kind of drifting that jig and then the line jumps all of a sudden, it's generally a fish. We might fish this section up here and then go down and turn it on below lookout too. I don't know yet. See how adventurous we're feeling today. Now this side stretch was good yesterday evening, but there was a lot more water on top of it. It may be that I need to switch to fishing more towards the center of the lake where it's a little deeper. Okay, so I did bring two with me. I got a 3/32 ounce back here. I'm going to switch to that and switch out to the middle of the lake. See if they're a little deeper. I just cast on top of a shad. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see shad down low.
Oh, yeah, I know. There's shad everywhere still. They're definitely coming through the generators.
Pieces of metal.
Well, once again, we're just trying to imitate exactly what these fish have been seeing. And a lot of the shad, like I said, they're not super lively. They're kind of twitching. And they kind of just float in the water column, so I try to imitate that the best I can. Some of the shad are alive. I saw quite a few alive yesterday that were just swimming around. Oh, he's looking at it. I know. Getting some chasers. Obviously this bite does slow down during the middle of the day. Just naturally as the sun comes up, they're not quite as active on it. So the best times to do this are still going to be early in the morning and late in the evening. Oh, he was coming for it.
Was he ready?
Oh. Yeah, he was right there.
It almost makes it worse when you can see him.
I know it. Well, like I was saying, all the guides that were out here earlier this morning, we're doing really well. We're not catching as many right now, but the sun has come up in full force. There was another one chasing it. They're really doing a slow follow.
Second time over on this side.
Do what?
I think I'm getting bites, but I keep up with the bottom of it.
You know, yesterday when we were just like letting these things basically float in the current, I think there was quite a few bites we missed.
Right there, I have them. Right there. See that?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's the bottom. It is down.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see your
yeah,
streamer.
it's in front of you.
Yeah, you probably had a couple bottom bites then.
No, I got a scale.
Oh, you got a scale?
Yeah. This is the shad scale.
This would probably be the time of the day where it'd be a little more effective to try the scud and the egg combo. But I think that overall you could still fish the white jig all day and still catch fish. It's just not gonna be as maximum on your numbers. I definitely still think it's the way to wind up catching your big trophy fish of the day right now. Oh. Don't you love it when fly line gets a knot in it? It really amazes me. Well, we've made it all the way down to Trophy Run. We managed to get one nice fat fish out of the deal. We might keep fishing our way down. And if we find a hot spot, we'll turn the camera back on. I guess we're gonna have to call it a day there for now, and maybe in the next day or two we can get out on an early morning or a late evening and show what it's like when these fish are really nailing it. But we thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and once again, we might be back alive here in a second, but for now, we're signing out.